He's someone, when I think of Jason, he is about adding value. He is speaking on being a person of impact. That's how I think of Jason Heinritz. Jason is a college student, selling Cutco, multiple sport athlete. I think it was 2 sports. It's like 32 sports, track and football. And he was an All-American Cutco sales rep. He personally sold $293,000 of Cutco while attending UW Whitewater. I remember you as a rep. It's so amazing. It's 12 years later, but I still remember you as a rep. He personally recruited as a rep 23 people. Personally recruited 23 people. Obviously, he loved the Vector opportunity, and he loved sharing it. It's a noble thing to personally recruit people. He was a branch in 2007, new DM in 2008, and has developed 20, ladies and gentlemen, 20 managers. 20 people he's given the Vector opportunity. Obviously, as a PR, he was always a recruiter of great managers. He is... In the room, he's probably one of the highest in sales at $11.7 million. Currently, year to date, by the way, they hit President's Banquet this last year. It was great seeing Jason in Las Vegas. And then I saw Jason on the January trip. And then I saw Jason and his lovely wife, Abby, in Munich. He is living the dream also. Number 3 office right now in the Elite League. The Elite League is not the dummy league. It's the good league. It's the best league to be, and number 3 right now. What's really cool is the life that he and Abby are living and creating, as I mentioned. When I think about Jason, again, he is a person who just wants to make the world better. If you don't know it, he recently wrote a book called Post-College, I'm going to get it wrong.
I'll say it.
What's it?
Conquer the Post-College Passion Slump.
Conquer the post-college passion slump. Jason's someone who is involved in his community as a district manager. And that's something that I really admire about him also. When I think of someone who lives the Vector opportunity and is a great person to talk to you about being a person of influence, it's Jason Heinritz.
All right, hello. Hi. So I'm giving a message on being a person of impact. So I don't normally look at definitions, but this talk I thought I would. And the definition of impact, okay, is the action of one object coming forcibly into contact with another. That's not what I was looking for, okay? And then the message is not about just bodies forcibly impacting each other in a mosh pit, okay? Or being forcibly hit, okay? Although, based on preparation and how the summer goes, some of you may feel like that at some times. However, the correct definition is having a strong effect on someone or something, which I think is pretty powerful. And I think that sometimes we forget that. Whether you're a new manager, a new sales manager up in the ranks, not quite opened up your office yet, or you're a veteran manager, you matter. And I'm excited to give this message because I actually have a motto each year. And last year, so what's funny is this year it's actually impact. So Kyle said, hey, you're giving a message on being a person of impact. I said, what a coincidence. Because last year, my little history lesson, Jason, last year my word was transformation. So it was very, very evident and very, very real in my life last year, being a person of transformation. So, helping my wife transform from an imprisoned employee to an entrepreneurial coffee shop manager. Transforming my selfish heart to a servant leader in my church. Transforming my leadership at a higher level. Transforming to the CEO of my organization. Transforming my interactions with reps from casual to creating action. As many of you have noticed, in the Vector Fox Valley office, there's been a transformation this last year. It's not by accident. So this year, the word being impact. So impacting by going from a listening participant to an impactful leader. Impacting my business, impacting my church, impacting with my first book, impacting my marriage, impacting with my faith, and impacting with the world around me, with the ripple. Okay. Impact. So today I'll be covering who we are, what we do, and how we treat people. First off, who are we and how can we make an impact? So who is Vector? That's only a portion of us, but we are awesome, we are really good looking, and we are here to make an impact. Now I love our Central Region's noble cause to live the life of our dreams and empower others to do the same. Which, how cool is that a company has that type of cause that you can be a part of and stand behind? So I believe we are the answer. Okay, I believe that we have what this nation needs. I believe that our struggling school system doesn't teach some of these things that we teach here in Vector. Now I believe that we're what everybody wants. According to a Gallup poll done in 2005, 61% of Americans want to start their own business. And according to a Forbes article in 2017, more recent, 72% of millennials feel that startups and entrepreneurs are necessary and an economic force for creating jobs and driving innovation. So it's clear that millennials like the idea of starting a business. We got that. I've read a tons of books, and right now I'm working on this one by Robert Kiyosaki. Thank God it is an audiobook. It is 14 hours long. I'm 10 hours through. It is a struggle. It's very, very good stuff, but that's a lot for one book. And Robert Kiyosaki talks about, in the book, it's a guide to investing and creating cash flow. And he talks about how important it is to be in that B quadrant. So how many of you have read the cash flow quadrant before? Really, really good book on business. Highly recommend it. What's so cool in Vector is we bypass the employee, go right to the self-employed and also the business quadrant, allowing us to also invest. And it's super cool that we get it all right here in Vector. And he talks about all these things, about all the importance of being a business owner, the tax breaks you get, the great chance to build great wealth. But what I love is as I listen to these books, it's not just Robert Kiyosaki's books, it's all kinds of books. I think of the tips they're giving and how to set up payroll, how to create a great product to come up with, and how to become a good salesman. I'm like, again, we already have it right here in Vector. When you talk about becoming a great salesman, building a team, increasing your public speaking skills, taking care of, like I said, payroll, creating systems, having a great product, starting with capital. And we have it so simple here. So I'm excited you guys are here to make an impact in your city and in your life. Now, we give people the opportunity to be happy and engaged at work also. A couple other stats are kind of alarming for this nation. So another Gallup poll said, of the country's approximately 100 million full-time employees, 51% aren't engaged at work. So write down 51. 51% aren't engaged at work, meaning they feel no real connection to their job, and thus they tend to do the bare minimum, just kind of squeak by. And another 16%, so write down 16, are actively disengaged. They resent their jobs, they tend to gripe at coworkers, drag the office down, bring down the morale, and these Debbie Downers are disgruntled about the direction of their companies and feel there needs to be something done and don't really understand what's expected of them and really are horrible employees. So that's 67% of this nation that's unhappy or disengaged at work. What I love at Vector, being a person of impact, is it's pretty easy to be engaged, pretty easy to follow great leadership, and pretty easy to follow a noble cause of that nature. So again, who are we? Now, I believe we save lives at Vector. Now, you can be, and most likely are, the most positive impact in many of these students' lives, these people on your team. And I believe that we're the most influential organization that enhances the future of this nation. I believe that we are prepping our future government officials, our future teachers that are going to support our kids, our future business owners, and future astronauts of this nation. We are in this room. We are and going to be the future leaders of America. We're going to be the future, all the names you've heard of before, with the Hal Elrods, John Bromans, John Berghoffs, the CEOs of Uber, the world changers, the game changers this world sees, is being bred right here in the womb of Vector. So, with that, it's pretty cool that we have that opportunity, but that's if you ever leave this amazing company. Because it's pretty cool. It's been 14 years for me, and I'm not going anywhere. So we mature mentalities, we fix finances, we perfect personal growth, we increase leadership, we prepare future moms and dads, We prepare husbands and wives. We fix the devastating divorce disaster this nation has. We set up workers for their future jobs, and we enhance future business owners and their success. So, now that you're management, hopefully you understand, this isn't just a paycheck anymore. It's not just selling knives. You can make a difference. So, that's who I believe we are. So when some punk 18-year-old kid trolls on your posts, or has some hate video, or texts back that aren't legit, forget them, okay? I want to say more, harsher words, but like, forget it, move on, so what, who cares? Who's next? Have the belief and that success every day when you reach out to these students this summer that you have what they want. All right, next point. So, what we do. So, what do you say? What do you say when someone says that? What do you do? There's a lot of answers. A lot of great answers. And based on how you take it, it's going to be very different based on who you are. But what we really do is simple. As a manager, we maximize recruits, we create CPO, and we develop young leaders. It really boils down to those few things that are most important. And most importantly, we recruit. There's the nobility of recruiting is so important in this job. The more we recruit, the bigger impact we can have with those people and with those people's futures. The bigger our team, the bigger the ripple we can really make. Anyone athletes in here? A couple of you? Okay, have some pebbles. Okay, who's an athlete? Caleb, that's kind of hard. All right, Caleb. Chris? Oh, there we go. Raj? All right. Cool. Greg, here we go. You all right? So, a couple of you in the front row are a little scared. But this is not. Evan Heinritz some weird stuff with Himalayan salts and stuff. Not really. But apparently it does good stuff for you. So, why were you scared in the front row? I don't know if any of you actually thought I was going to do that, but why? Because of the impact of that heavy object and how heavy it was, how massive it was, it would have done some damage. It would have for sure done some damage. Imagine in the water, okay, the ripple that those little pebbles make, not that big of a deal, okay? A big rock, boulder, Himalayan salt lamp does a lot more damage. So with that, because we impact, okay, it's very, very important to understand your importance. And we are the change agents these kids need to stay away from the mediocre majority. We're the leaders they need as examples to follow for their future. We're the guidance counselors that give them advice in those tough situations. We're the loving parents they maybe never had. We're the teachers that help them learn the life skills that they need to know and to do well in their future. So I wrote a book, as Mike stated. So if you didn't hear, it's Conquer the Post-College Passion Slump. Pretty pumped about it. I don't think this book is needed if everybody did vector after their senior year in high school. I don't think it is. I don't think they do because they learn the skills that they need, well, they need to read my book, and that they didn't learn to vector. Now, some of us were at SLC this last year, so those of you who are new managers, there's a super cool event only for vector district managers. It's called the Strategic Leadership Conference. It is awesome, and it is each year they change it up, a new city. This last year there was a really powerful talk by a guy named Jeff Gamboa, and he talked about us being vector trained, and it was really cool. It was real impactful, and he talked about basically what I just did. He talked about how we are so set up for life because we are vector trained, and how the people we talk to, the people that are in our office, even for a couple weeks, like they are vector trained. They're that much better off for their future. So if this is what we do, then who do we need to become? These are some rhetorical questions you can answer in your own mind. How are you growing? Or what are you reading? You're rarely going to attract and retain the people at a higher level than you in certain areas of life. So if you're a level 5 leader, which none of you in this room are, you're a vector, right? So, let's say you're a level 8 leader, but this really sharp level 9 person, just a really blessed upbringing comes in, it's going to be harder to retain and keep them if you aren't at your highest level, your highest game. So how is your health? I know Mike and many of the speakers already mentioned about you're being your best self and making an impact. But the thing about health, if you're not in top-notch health, like if you are, you have a way better chance of retaining and keeping those high-end athletes we're trying to recruit, right? And your energy, good luck. This summer, if you're not ready mentally and physically, start now. It's great. You have 600 hours, so get after it. But how is your energy? If you don't have your health, you don't have much, right? So awesome job, Dane, for training your body to like get rid of that now before the summer actually hits. That was really, really good. I'm glad you've trained your body to do that. But how is your attitude? Okay, do you have a life-giving attitude with the people around you? Do you have like an energy vampire, energy-sucking mentality, and your reps see that, right? You have a bad week. Can they tell? You know, how is your mentality? How is your mental toughness? I'm guessing pretty good since you made it this far. Go team, go crew. Okay, so what's cool is when you have a bad week, when you have a bad whatever, it allows you to help others who are going through it. So, you know, I'm a firm believer that we go through things to help those who are going through things. So a bad phone jam, a bad push week, a bad interview show, a bad training session, XYZ, understand that you have grown from it, you've learned from it, you can impact others from what you've done, and also help those who think the world is ending and their life is over because of this breakup, this no sale, this no show, whatever it may be. All right. Now, the better leader you are and the hungrier you are to recruit, not only the more impact you have, the more fun you have too. It's way more fun around your office with more people. It's way more fun at team meetings with more people. It's way more fun doing a polar plunge, doing a 5K run, doing a charity event with more people on the team. For example, I have a lot of props. Here's the beach volleyball. You can put that around.
Is this a mental bed?
So how much more fun would it be with a lot more of them, right?
Oh! Get it! Get it! Oh, shit!
Oh! So, was that a little bit different experience? It's a little bit more fun. A little bit more impactful in the back of some of your heads. So number 3 is how we treat people. So I really believe, obviously, our company and this world, everybody, it would be a better place if we treat more people with more love, more respect. No matter who they are, no matter what their background is, no matter where they come from. You know, some of you have heard the golden rule, treat others the way you want to be treated. I don't know about you, but I want to be treated pretty darn well. So we should do that for others also. Our region is a great example of this, and I love that this is a place to be where culture and growth combine. This is the place, the right time, and we are doing amazing things here. Tony Robbins talks about the greatest fears, and the 2 greatest fears are that we're not enough, we're not loved. So think about, are the people that we're coming in contact with, when they see you, when they meet you, when they're on your team, are they still feeling that? Or are you fulfilling that? You know, are they feeling loved, and are they feeling like they're enough? I love the vector just naturally in what we do. The recognition, the hot news, all of that is already ingrained in who we are, and I love that. So how big is your key staff at the end of summer when you treat everyone with love and respect? How massive is your army going into Leadership Academy? How big is your SC2 Alliance when everybody's walked through your door, has been treated right, and has been challenged and grow and aren't going anywhere? So if we did that, do you think we'd really have bad videos on YouTube about us? Probably yeah, because there's still those lazy bums that will say bad stuff. But think about that. What else is there to say? You know, if we're treating everybody with love and respect, we're challenging them, and we are challenging, talking to a ton of people, an army of people this summer. So treating people right isn't just part, it's treating people right is a part of being a noble recruiter. So noble recruiters of integrity pay out 100% of their base pays. 100%, all of them, even in gray areas. I have spent, I don't know, but a lot of money on some gray demos, okay? Some of you are giving me some weird looks, like demos this summer where you're like, did you really do the full demo? They were 29 and a half, they weren't 30. Or whatever the situation is, those gray areas where, you know what, have the conversation, don't let it happen again. If they're not showing that HM30s or max, there's some people, some managers who could do a better job of paying out more base pay. If it's me, I'd rather err on the side of spending more money because that $20 to me is worth nothing compared to the $100 it means to them, okay? So paying out 100% of the base pay. Noble recruiters, full of integrity, pay all their fast start prizes. Even if you're like, oh, that ordered in tab, or well, it was like, I don't know if was it really a virtual demo? Did they really get that stainless steel table knife? Yes, pay it out. The little money it costs you is going to help them sell more, and they're happier. Otherwise, they quit. They tell mom and dad, my manager promised me this. I didn't get it. Whatever their viewpoint is right in their mind and to their parents. So make sure you're paying out all your base pay. Make sure you're paying out all your fast start prizes. I'd rather give someone an extra prize than have them not trust me or not think I have their back. Noble recruiters full of integrity don't hit on their reps. Based in this room, filled with almost half women, go team. All right, there's no creepers out there, okay, creeping out the wonderful, young, amazing women in this organization. But know that that's unfortunately in some organizations that happens. I'm glad in our organization it doesn't. And if your game is that sad, you have to find people in your office to hit on. You have problems.
Yeah.
We got to teach you how to recruit.
Nugget.
Noble recruiters full of integrity show up the right way, and they show up. Do you know some videos wouldn't even be online if people just showed up? Some of you as branch managers, it's like in moments of decision, you have to make the right decision of, that one person's set. Are they going to show up? I hope not. I'm kind of tired. And you're going to have those moments of decision where you have to be a noble recruiter of integrity and do what's right. So make sure you show up and show up the right way. They came to get value from you. They came to learn. They came to make money. You could be the person that impacts their life and changes their life, but if you don't show up or show up the wrong way, good luck. Noble recruiters full of integrity challenge people to advance. So what are your conversations like with key staff? What are your conversations like with your people? They can tell if you care or not. So that's very important. Are you just looking to make a buck? I'm going to mess this up. So I just saw a video recently by Jim Quick. You guys know Jim Quick? Yeah. Some good stuff, man. He's real good. He talks about how important it is that he's so excited he's so focused on making $1, but it's more important and more just valuable to him to make a difference. And make sure you know that and you feel that. You're really embodying that. Again, as a new manager, it's not just games. It's not just you having to push anymore. It's you impacting people's lives. So what are your hangouts like? So are they hanging out, partying, or are they life-giving? Are they, you guys understand, when you have decisions to make sure you make the right one. So you have a big impact in shaping the future image of this company. Some of you are branch managers, you're like, I'm just do this for a few months. I'm going to 10 weeks go out there and recruit, 10 weeks go out there and sell with a company trip. It's going to be awesome. Know that you do have an impact on the future image of this company. And whether you're planning on being here for a few months or the next 30 years, understand your ripple. So what image are you portraying in social media? What image are you portraying when you're around others? Either way, you're making a name for Vector, good or bad. So you are Vector in your city. You are Vector to your people. You are Vector online. You're making a name for us all. So we need to work together to get the word out about this amazing company. So think about why you're here. What are you doing? Why are you here? I don't know about you guys. I'm not here just to bust my butt for 60 to 80 hours a week in whatever career I choose, because I'm a leader and an overachiever, right, as we all are. So I'm not here just to bust my butt 60 to 80 hours a week, sleep 50 hours a week, stare at a screen all day in a brain-dead zombie zone, not feel like I'm enough, have regrets, and die not being able to take any of the stuff I worked so hard with me. I'm here to make an impact. I'm here to make a difference. And you have to think about why you're here. Why are you doing what you're doing? So how big of a ripple are you going to make in the lake of life? Because buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. The Vector is a place to be, and we're going 0 to 100 in a Beamer, baby. I felt like this was a good time. Like, I didn't want you to think I was done there, but I was like, that would have been really impactful. So next time I give this, I'm going to end it there. Okay. But as I wrap up, so this is impact. This is impact. This is my binder, my Blessed Assured binder of letters, notes that anyone who's been a district manager, even an assistant for a good amount of time, you've received these. And these are more impactful than a paycheck, for sure. So one I want to read is from a gentleman who I had interviewed as an assistant manager. And here's what he writes. Hey, Jason. By the way, he writes this to me, but this is the same impact that someone's been writing to you at the end of this summer. This is not for me to brag about how great I am, although I'm pretty great. So, hey, Jason, I just wanted to thank you again for the opportunity that you've given me. I remember going into the interview thinking I wasn't going to get the job. I wasn't expecting the group interview, first of all, who is. I thought for sure I wasn't going to get it when you took me and another guy who had a degree and owned a business in the pre. So you think about it. I had an interview of 2 people as an assistant. One was a 6'8", giant dude, kind of like very shy, interesting, great person, but wasn't the perfect, like, oh, captain of the football team. And then, like, this business owner person who probably 50 years old. I still ran the interview and I still showed up. So, where did I leave off? Okay, so I was relieved when I got to stay for the second part, and I remember taking so many notes and just being so impressed. Then you took the guy with the degree before me, and I was thinking to myself, man, I don't have this. He called me in, asked some great questions, made me nervous, then your hand crossed the desk and a smile stuck across your face. I had the job. Little did I know that it would be a job that would change my life forever. When I walked in the door for the first time, I was lazy, unhealthy, unorganized, overweight, had very few goals, and really only accomplished one. Over the almost 3 years working with Vector and Cutco, I've dramatically changed my life. I've met so many people in and outside the business. I have so many new friends. Some of them are my friends for life. I've had the chance to impact other people's lives by running interviews, by branching, and just by selling people some damn good knives. I get such a natural high and feel great when I give someone the opportunity that I was given. It feels so great. It's a great feeling to accept someone when they aren't expecting to be accepted. To see the joy and the excitement in their eyes. What a great feeling it is to see people grow professionally as well as personally. I've never felt so good about myself. Through working here, I've gained the knowledge of the world's finest cutlery. Never thought I'd know so much about knives in my life. But I do, and that's awesome. I have organizational skills that help me now and will help me later in life. I've been able to set more goals for myself as I have a list of over 130 inevitable happenings. I've been able to drop over 60 pounds and be much healthier in my everyday living thanks to the support of people in the business. There are people who care about me, and then there are people I care about. I view Vector as my second family. I've driven over an hour through snowstorm to address, lick, and stamp envelopes, and greatly enjoyed it. I've enjoyed all the experiences I've had in this company, being an AM in Green Bay, and Milwaukee, a BM in Escanaba, and the pilot sales manager in Milwaukee with Greg Strine. Great times. As I go through my classes at school, I appreciate everything I've been taught throughout the company. I'm filled with confidence in each class because I can pull something from Cutco and apply it to the class. In my sales principles class, I feel like I can teach the class because of all the experience I've been given. I just want to thank you again so much, Jason. Without you, none of this would have happened. I don't even want to think where I'd be without this opportunity you've given me. Thank you. So, as I wrap up with that, I hope you realize your impact and how important you are. And I hope you understand the impact you have on the people you serve. I hope you make the choice to live out being leaders of integrity. And I hope as noble and hungry recruiters this summer, you understand your massive impact and your massive ripple on your lake of life. Because you are Vector Training.